Yes. Good evening, Dinesh.
Good, good evening, sir.
So, introduce yourself briefly.
My name is Dinesh Jangid, and I'm from Pali, Rajasthan. And I did my most of the schooling from Pali, Rajasthan, and did my graduation from Indian Institute of Space Science of Technology from Thiruvananthapuram. And currently, I'm posted as a scientist in Space Application Center, where I'm working as a design and developer of various subsystem of microwave remote sensing failure.
Okay, nice. So, you belong to Pali district from Rajasthan, right?
Yes, sir.
So, can you tell us about the geography, history, and culture of this place?
Yes, sir. If talk about the history, then this place belongs to the Paliwal Brahmins, which were ruled by the Paliwal Brahmin, and because of that, it got the name of Pali. And during the 1857, there was some freedom fighters, Daud Thakur Kursal Singh, which was involved in the first fight of freedom. And if we talk about culture, then this place is very famous for some places like some Jain temples, Ranakpur Jain temples, and some festivals are Sitla Saptami festivals. And if it is geography, then it has the undulated topography, like some mountains are there, and yes,
Okay, and does it share its boundary with a different district
yes, sir,
of
yes, share
Rajasthan?
boundary. Yes, sir,
So, can you name few of the district?
yes, sir. Ajmer, Nagaur, Udaipur, uh, and sir, Jodhpur.
Yeah, fine. So, you mentioned regarding 1857 mutiny, right?
Yes, sir.
So, as the Britishers claim, was it simply a sepoy mutiny or was it a first war of independence in true sense? Like various section of society did it involve, or it was only consolidated to the sepoys only?
So there are two thoughts of schools. First say that it is a separate mutiny because it was mostly confined to some regions, and mostly people were involved in people who were the sepoy only. But some people also say it is had the wider representation because later on it got the representation. Let's say we can say in the Swadeshi movement also. So there are two schools of thoughts, and it is now concluded that it was the first freedom fight, first freedom fight.
Okay, so how many languages can you understand?
Yes,
Like
three
you
languages
lived
I
in,
can understand.
you belong to Rajasthan, you lived
Yes,
there in Trivandrum, and
yes,
right now you are working in Ahmedabad, right?
yes, sir. So
So
four
how many
languages I can,
different four
four
language? Which
languages I
ones?
can understand.
Like which ones?
English, Hindi, Rajasthani, and Gujarati.
And what about Malayalam?
No, sir, I was not in directly involved with people, so
So which language did you communicate in the college?
it was mostly English or
English
Hindi.
and Hindi as well, right?
Yes,
Okay, so to a layman, right? How will you
yes.
explain the avionics? What is this avionics? How will you explain it to a layman who doesn't understand anything?
Okay, sir. So any any machines or something which has generally the electronics parts, just to for uploading the software or whatever the thing. So same way, the same electronics, if it is applied to the aeroplane, it is applied to missiles, it is applied to rocket system. Then that extended version of electronics is called the avionics.
Okay, so you explained about you just told about this space missiles, right? So
Yes,
can
sir.
you tell us why Sriharikota was selected at the launching station?
Yes, sir. First, that it is near to equator, so we will get the tangential velocity, and second, that it is near to the east coast. So because of that, it is if some failure is there, then that payload we directly can go to sea, sir. So that two was the main reason, sir.
Okay, so you studied from a very prestigious college, and right now you are working in a very good firm, right? So why do you want to join the forest service?
Yes, sir. Currently, I'm working as a scientist, which gives me, sir, very rich opportunity. Like I have worked in 6 to 7 payload, very strategic and non-strategic payload. But sir, actually, current work is now confined to official job and technical oriented. What I want that sir, I want to be more in field, more connected with nature. And so whenever I hear a name of the people like Lakshman Singh ji, which got that recently Padma Shri, so the who alone people can bring the lot of changes on the ground using the watershed management, etc. Then people like me who have the some who have the technical knowledge of remote sensing, if I can go there, then I can contribute more also.
Okay, then the people like APJ Kalam, he also contributed a lot to the development of the country and later on became the president of our country.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so people from those your field also working very well in our country, right? So now, can you tell? Have you watched this recently released TV series Rocket Boys?
I heard the name, but I didn't see it, so I was not taking time.
Okay, okay. So it belongs to your field, so you must
Yes,
watch
sir.
that,
Vikram
right?
Sarabhai. Vikram Sarabhai.
Yeah, it's Vikram Sarabhai and Homi Jahangir Baba regarding this, and Kalam is also there. Okay,
Okay.
so who is the DFO of Pali?
Uh, it's Dr. Sarath Babu, sir.
You are sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about
And who is the governor of Rajasthan?
it.
And who is the president of India?
It is properly moved, sir.
Okay. So earlier you were talking regarding the your degree. So I would like to ask you how the course, the engineering degree which you have done from IIST and this job you are doing, it will help you in the skills which you learned in this degree or the job will help you in becoming a better IFS officer.
Yes, sir. In any job, we have two kind of skills. One is hard skills, and the second is soft skills. So, in terms of hard skills, sir, I have the knowledge of remote sensing, which can very well applied in the forest management. We can say labs for forest cover mapping, forest type mapping, zonation of the forest, also the forest fire monitoring, modeling of the forest ecosystems. And if I talk about the soft skills, then currently I'm heading the two members of team there. So I learned lot of skills from that, how to be how a leadership role can play important role there. How you have to how with the 2 3 people with the minimum resources, limited resources, how can you work with? So in both ways, sir, I can contribute.
Okay, perfectly fine. So what is your view of space privatization? Should India be doing that?
So basically, it is a privatization of space technology, not the ISRO. So yes, it definitely it is was a very needed step, very needed step, sir, in India. So definitely,
So,
so it will helpful for India in
so
coming to in yes, sir.
why India don't have Elon Musk or Bezos like those players? Why
Yes,
we
sir,
don't
because
have such kind of
yes, sir, because sir, NASA already started before us, and the
I'm not able
all
to.
over the funding which and technological supports coming up for the is sorry, sir.
there is some issue in your network? Can you repeat the answer?
Okay, sir. Like sir, we have before sir, because space technology is a very capital intensive sector and technology intensive sector. So we have started late, and we were focusing on mainly on the technology which will be the helpful for society, but which will be helpful for the society. And in currently now India have achieved that target, that now the technology which we have can be given to the private sector, like same way the NASA did to the SpaceX.
Okay. So who is the state animal of Rajasthan?
It is no, there is a two state animals. The first one is chinkara, and then second is sir camel.
Okay. Nice. So you were in Trivandrum, right?
Yes, sir.
And you lived there for how many years?
It was 4 years.
4 years. So there is the recent controversy regarding this movie, The Kerala Story, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So several people are seeking for its ban. So what do you think? The film should be banned on the pretext that it is hurting the sentiment of several people and several people are opposing the facts. The
Uh, yes, sir. As per my view, sir, films should not be banned because, but some things can be taken care. Like we have to see the facts which was shown in that 30,000 religious conversion was there. So we have to see the facts. We have to left it with the people who will they will decide the fate of this movie, not the some like at higher authority that can ban.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So, what are the common things which you observe? Three common things between Ahmedabad and Trivandrum.
So, first thing is the people in Ahmedabad and in Tiruvananthapuram is very connected with their culture. Like here, people have Gumar, like so, sorry, sir, I'm not reminding. Some dance is there, and in Tiruvananthapuram there is a Mudiyattam, sir, Kathakali, etc. And second thing is sir that yes, second thing is that the Ahmedabad also has the very varied kind of geography, and Thiruvananthapuram also has a varied kind of geography from the mountain, from the wetland. Here in Ahmedabad also we have some mountains, Girnar, and we have also the wetland, Thodl wetland. And so, third thing is that uh, the culture, like I would say, sir, the clothing sense. Like here, they are very particular to clothing sense in Ahmedabad, and in Thiruvananthapuram also they are like they are they wear the particular kind of clothes.
Okay. So, are there any national parks in your district? Sorry, in
National
your state?
national park, I didn't get it.
Are there any national parks in your state?
Okay, national park. Yes, yes, five national park. First one is the Desert National Park. Second is the Geology National Park. Third is
Your voice is not audible, Dinesh. Can you
yes, sir.
what kind
Okay,
of
sir. Let me switch off.
network
Yes,
are
sir.
you using?
Let me switch off. Actually, सर यहाँ बहुत गर्मी है तो सर कूलर लगा रखा था इसलिए वो आवाज नहीं आ रही.
Okay. Okay.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes. 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 Go ahead.
Yes, sir. There are five national parks, sir. First is Desert National Park. Second is Sariska National Park. Third is Ranthambore National Park. Fourth is Mukuntra National Park. And fifth, sorry, sir, I could not, I can't recall, sir, fifth one.
Okay. No problem. So, are you aware of Montrex record? What is this?
So yes, sir, it is a part of the Ramsar Convention. This says that if something like some degradation already happened, yeah, happening, or it will happen. So those if some wetlands are going through that, then they will be included in Montex records.
Okay. So, are there any sites in your state?
Yes, sir. One site is this, Sambar.
Sambar is
Sorry,
Montrex.
Kela the wetlands.
Okay. Right. So, you like traveling as well, traveling natural places.
Yes, sir. Traveling places of nature.
Like which places have you visited?
So like sir, here in Ahmedabad, I visited sir Ramsar wetland site, and in Rajasthan, I visited sir Kumbhalgarh Wildlife Sanctuary, Sariska Tiger Reserve, and in Tiruvananthapuram, I used to go to sir Ponmudi Hill Station.
Okay, fine. So, what is the difference between tourist and traveler?
So basically, traveler can be anything, like for any reason, for temporary, permanent. We are just going from one places to another places, and tourism is a temporary we are going for our leisure. Sir.
Acha. Okay. So, what is the difference between national park and wildlife sanctuary?
Yes, sir. National park is, sir, basically as a definition wise of wildlife sanctuary, there is a no difference. But generally, sir, national park is declared for not for any particular, but for the generally for the ecosystem. But wildlife sanctuary, most of the time, it is concerned with particularly for some species, sir. And basically, sir, area of national park is generally larger than the wildlife sanctuary, sir. Uh, yes, sir. I cannot
Okay.
remember.
Okay. So why have you mentioned Kerala as your home state in your dam?
Uh, yes, sir. Basically, sir, I am from Rajasthan and I want to maximize my chances to get the Rajasthan as outsider. So I gave preference. I gave Kerala as my home state and gave it zero preference.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So tell me two strength, your two strength and two weaknesses.
Sir, if I'm talking about strength, then I would say the perseverance. That is my biggest strength. I can be continue on anything. And second strength is my like I can be happy at any moment. And talking about weakness, then sorry, sir, I'm not remembering like right now.
Okay, no weaknesses. That's what you're saying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think no weakness. And if it
And
is there, sir, then I will work.
so you mentioned that you can be happy at any moment, right?
Yes, sir. I can be happy.
Okay, great. So that's all from my side, mindset. You can take over from here.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Dinesh.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what is the mandate of IFS, Indian Forest Service officers?
Mandate is basically so the implementation of the national forest policy, sir, in which it includes the forest conservation, wildlife management, wildlife protection and management, sir, and day-to-day administration of forest. Sir.
Okay. So, can you think of what are the qualities, what are the good traits which makes an IFS officer a good officer for forest services?
So yes, sir. Basically, sir, to be a good IFS officer, sir, first I would consider that sir,
No, no.
he should love, he should have.
Listen the question carefully. I am asking, in your opinion, what should be the three good traits which an IFS officer should have in general, right?
Yes, sir. He should have a leadership quality first. And second, sir, I would consider he should have sir, affection towards the nature. Then, like if their emotional bonding is there with any project, then sir, that will be very successful. So I think so, sir. There should be affection with nature. And third thing, would I would say, sir, uh, he should be a quick decision maker, sir.
Okay. So, do you think you have these qualities? Like, what your qualities matches to be a good IFS officer? What qualities do you have which can make you a good IFS officer?
Yes, sir. First one, I would say, sir, that I had like I have greater bonding or affiliation with towards the nature, sir. And second, I would say, sir, that leadership quality. And third thing, sir, I would say in decision making, sir, I'm clear about my decision, and most of the time my decisions are based on fact and very quick, sir.
Okay. So, sir, suppose if the government makes you an DFO of a district, and there's some incident has happened, right? A wild animal in the periphery of forest, right? There is a settlement, and it has killed. It has killed a human being, right? So now, as a DFO, and the villagers there are very angry, right? They are very angry
Yes, sir.
because the same animal has caused some trouble in the past also. So they want to kill that animal themselves, right? And they are very
Yes, sir.
angry. A mob has gathered there, and you as a DFO, your responsibility is to rescue the animal, right? It is one of
Yes,
your
sir.
responsibility. So
Yes, sir.
what you will do? Like, what decision will you take, and what will be a course of action?
Yes, sir. First of all, sir, I won't have any authority to say that kill that animal, sir. First one, my response will be this, sir, that before that, sir, I would have some primary response teams who would control the mob mobility over there, sir, mentality over there, sir. Like some ground level people also there, some beaters, forester also there. They will control the mob mobility, and then, sir, at the second step, why would be the quick response team? So we with the being as a DFO, I would go over there, sir, and I would try to compensate whatever happens, sir. Like in Karnataka, there is one side wild seva. So according to that, sir, I would try to compensate them, sir. But no way that they will. Then after that, sir, I would try to translocate that animal to in the forest area, And if it is recurring phenomena, then I would take that as in some zoo or in the some another areas. Sorry, sir, I could not hear you, sir.
Am I audible now? Okay.
Yes, sir, you are audible now.
Can you tell me briefly what is your work profile presently in SSE?
It is, sir, Space Application Center, and so basically, sir, I'm holding the post of scientist, where I'm working basically, sir, as a design and development of the various subsystems of basically, sir, microwave remote sensing payloads. Sir.
Okay, microwave remote sensing payload. All
Yes, sir.
right. So, you must have a good idea about remote sensing. So,
Yes.
can you tell me what is atmospheric window?
Yes, sir. Basically, the electromagnetic spectrum when it passes through the atmosphere, then some radiations are only passed through the atmosphere. That is called the atmospheric window, sir.
And what are those radiation?
Basically, sir, most of the that is, sir, visible and IR radiation most of the time. Sir.
And any other?
Uh, Sorry, sir. Beyond that, sir,
Like
microwave.
even optical is an atmospheric window, right?
Yes, sir, that's what I said, sir. Visible means, sir, optical. That is part of
Visible
optical and IR. Yes, sir.
and radio.
Radio it can pass, sir.
Oh,
Basically, it can pass. It has the higher wavelength, so it can pass.
so like what is this infrared wavelength? Can you tell me the wavelength number?
Yes, sir. The wavelength number of infrared is from 3 micrometer to, sir, 1 mm.
Okay. And what is radio?
Radio, sir, radio would go, sir, from 1 mm to 1 meter, sir.
Okay. Have you heard about the term NDVI?
Yes, sir. It is the acronym of the Normalized Differential Vegetation Index, sir, which is basically to segregate the vegetation and non-vegetation areas.
Okay. So like if the NDVI value is higher, then it is good for the like what does it signify, and when it is low, what does it signify?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Its value varies from -1 to +1. So basically, if it is higher, then we can say that there is a good vegetation. And if it is, sir, let's say -1, so there will be most of the time that there will be no plant and some rivers or some ice would be there, sir. And if it is around the 0.1, then we can say some grasses kind things will be there, sir.
Okay. Do you know what is FCC in remote sensing?
Yes, sir. It is acronym of the composite color, sir.
So what happens in this?
Uh, yes, sir. Generally, sir, what happens that the vegetations, if we want to detect the vegetations, then there is some red edge. There is some red edge, sir. So that is also from red to near infrared. There is a difference between the reflection. So what we do, sir, most of the time, if we want to see the vegetation, then we keep the near infrared is a red, and we keep the red as a blue. So if there will be more reflection, let's say in vegetation, so there will be the more reflection in the near infrared red region. So we will convert the near infrared red region into the red. So in that image, the red will be signify the vegetation. So
We do
that
this,
is the false composite color.
and what is the basis? What is the reasoning of doing this? Uh, because
Sir, yes, sir. Better for the better understanding, sir. Because in near infrared region, we cannot see the many things. So just to show the infrared region in the visible range, we do the false composite color.
okay, okay, Dinesh. So like one of your hobbies also meditation, right? So
Yes, sir.
when did you meditation? What do you do?
So basically, it is no time, but whenever I get the time, sir, I do. Generally, it is on the morning time and an evening time. And I used to do, sir, vipassana meditation, but for entire part I cannot do. So I do the anapana vipassana meditation at home. Sir.
So you do it daily without fail, or sometimes?
Yes, sir. Most of the time I do it daily, sir.
So how
If it
long?
is an emergency or I have to do testing or I have to be in office, then I could not do it.
Okay, so how do you like? How long did it take?
It goes from, sir, 10 minutes to can go, sir, 2 hours or 3 hours.
Okay, so can you tell me what are the other different kinds of meditation?
Yes, sir, there are various meditations, like transcendental meditation, mindfulness meditation, Tratak meditation is also there, sir. Basically, sir, they can say a lot, like 100 to 1,000. There is no number that kind of meditation, but these are also that are trending now. So people mostly use it.
Okay. And you mentioned that your hobby is about traveling to natural places. So what does natural place signify?
Basically, so natural places are mostly that are more with nature connected, like for some forest areas. Not basically, I'm going to the legal definition of forest. Like I can say some going to some wetlands, going to some areas we have which are the more trees cover. Those areas that I am referring it here to some natural places.
So when was the last time you visited a natural place?
Yes, sir. It was before 2 weeks. I visited the whole Ramsar wetland.
You visited?
Yes, sir. I visited whole Ramsar wetland in Gujarat, sir.
Okay. So what all did you observe there?
So basically, this site is famous for the sir, flamingos and sarasque and glossy. Will be I could not hear properly remember the name. So I could not see that because that was not a wintering season. So uh,
Okay. So see, recently this translocation of cheetah has happened in India, right? So
yes, sir.
are you aware of any such other translocation in any other part of the world of any other species?
Not happened, but sir, currently India is thinking to send some tigers to Malaysia. Sorry,
Are you
at
sure, or you are
international
just
level.
guessing? What?
At international level, sir, I'm not aware.
Okay. All right. So, like Dinesh, you are a scientist. So, if I tell you that if suppose hypothetically, if somebody dig a hole inside the earth, right, right from one end to the another end, right, going through the
Yes, sir.
center of the earth, and if we drop a ball in that hole, what will
Yes, sir.
happen to that ball?
Yes, sir. It will do the simple harmonic motion.
It will do the simple harmonic motion. All right.
Yes.
So, all right. So, like another thing I will want to ask that you are doing also doing a job, and so how are you managing your studies, right?
Yes, sir. Basically, sir, my job is from 9 to 5. It is used specific said, but during the testing, I have to be in the 12 o'clock, 11, 1 o'clock be there. So whenever I get the time, let's say I came to 5 o'clock at home, then from the 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, basically I will study. And in my last 5 to 6 years, I didn't went to like in marriage or something. So I'm just focusing on my job and on my study.
Okay,
And there is 2 days, so Saturday and Sunday I have holidays, so I can manage.
okay. My last question before I end this session, right? So you are in Kerala. Kerala are famous for a very specific or very important kind of a forest. Can you tell me what it is?
Yes, it is solar forest.
So, like, what is the peculiarity of Shola forest?
Basically, so as we go the higher, then the solar forest comes. But when we cross the solar forest, then the solar grasslands come. That is the peculiarity. So what happens is that solar forest are these are the patches. These are the patches of patches of the forest trees which are segregated by the some valleys, some higher point of the valleys which have the grassland. It is because of the region of the that this is a subclimax species, I would say, sir. So it is because of due to some the grazing, fire grazing was used to happen over there, and second is due to the snow, sir.
So, like, is there any snow in Kerala? Kerala is very near to equator. So, you said snow, right?
Means like it is near to snow temperature, like temperature is very low, sir.
Okay. All right. My last question to you is that can you, like, you mentioned to Rishabh sir that you went to Kumbarga Wildlife Sanctuary, right? And you also
Yes, sir.
visited a lot of natural places in Kerala.
Sorry.
So can you very
Yes.
briefly tell me the difference in the flora of Kerala and Rajasthan,
Yes, sir. Basically, Kerala.
and include the name of few of the trees also.
Yes, sir. If I talk about the flora, then sir, mostly the in Kerala, Xylocarpa, sir, Sesame communis, sir, areca nut, and rubber plantation, coconut plantations. are there, sir? Any part of the Rajasthan, then the mostly the arid and semi-arid species are found, sir. That is, sir, the KGD we said Prosopis in area, and sorry, sir, not Cesium comuni. It is Salvadora species we say Pilu, sir, and one we say sir Boldi, that is Gigipus mauritiana, sir, and Acacia catechu, Acacia nilotica species are also there.
So, all right, I think that's it from my